Welcome to Man's Misconceptions of a Woman's Misperceptions with Gregory E. Cook, your host. Hey, today we're going to discuss Rule 4, okay? Now, these are a series of rules that mean a lot to a lot of different men. You know, I was recently in a training class, and it was a bunch of men, and I overheard a few of them talking, and they were talking about some of these rules, believe it or not, without actually knowing they were talking about the rules. Things they were going through in their relationships that really needed to be addressed. And, you know, from now on, I think we're going to take a more serious approach to this because it is serious topics. Now, as much bullcrap that went on to make these topics, you know, there's that bullcrap going on in a lot of different relationships, and I, for one, would like to try to help stop that. So, Rule 4 is no surprise, okay? Meaning birthdays, holidays, anything. Anniversaries, whatever it is, no surprise, okay? Only cash, gift cards, pre-named specific items. Gentlemen, when I tell you specific items, I don't mean an item that you think she likes, an item that she even said she likes, an item that she pointed out and said, I want that one. No, not a week ago, not a month ago. I'm talking today. I'm talking that she says she wants it today, that she still wants it. Because, folks, if you don't get it that way, guys, it's not going to happen. I'm just telling you. Because it needs to be picked by your significant other or your spouse on that day. Because that's what happens. Is they get the feeling that, hey, you know what, I want this. And then by the time you get it, guess what? It's not what they want. I want to give you a little story, okay? It was my 20th wedding anniversary. And, you know, we didn't have a lot of money then. And we had like 8 kids. And I was bringing in the main check, the main income coming home. In fact, that was pretty much the only income. And anyways, long story, it was simply that I had put down money on a necklace. This necklace. Now, you see, my wife, years before this, had cancer. And I had bought this necklace because and gave it to her because she had beaten cancer, okay? And that's a great thing to beat cancer. But on with the story. So life goes on, and as we know, life can hit us hard. Life can hit you right where you don't even know it. Can it? I mean, when you think things are going good, all of a sudden the bottom falls out, and the next thing you know, you're spiraling towards the bottom of the pit. Folks, when that happens, you're selling everything you can. You're throwing all your gold into your pocket, and you're going up to the pawn store. You're going up to the jewelry store. You're trying to sell everything you have. You're trying to sell your PlayStations, your whatever it is, your guns. Yes, even your guns. Yes, I've been reduced down to everything to try to feed my family in times of trouble. And let me tell you, one of those times of trouble came. It sure did. The time of trouble came when I needed to collect all the gold. And when I mean all the gold, I mean class rings. I mean everything. I collected every bit of gold I had because we had no groceries. We had no income. I had been laid off. I was in between jobs, and I was trying to get a job. But when somebody keeps spending, all your money goes quick. And let me tell you, the money went quick. Look, I'm not trying to point my finger because I spent money too, but I also knew the food had to be bought. And when push came to shove and we needed that money, I had to get things to sell. I had sold every piece of gold I had. I had sold every single thing that was worth of any value to me. I had sold. Now, men, that's what's going to happen to you, okay? If you're running in this rule, if you see that you are having to do everything, there's a problem. Stop. Stop right now. Don't get to where I got, to where you're sacrificing every single thing that you ever had. I mean, you are literally pawning stuff that was given to you when you were a child just to bring food in. Make your woman go get a job. Make her bring in some money. Look, I'm not trying to be prejudiced towards women, okay? If that's your man doing that, then get him off his sorry butt and get him to get a job. And if they can't get a job, then get them rid of them because they're not worth it. let me tell you something. You can love them, but even the Bible says that a lazy man does not eat. But irregardless, I asked her for the necklace. She gave it to me under protest, which, looking back, I don't blame her. Well, I got $300 for it. Plus all the other gold. It came out to a measly, $400? Something. And I had sold everything. Well, we got to eat. We got to eat good that night. And we had groceries for another couple of weeks. But I'll tell you something. Up until my divorce, and even now, I don't believe that I have anything that is really of value that I could go sell anymore. I made it a habit after that for the next few years and decades of not getting anything that was worth anything I could sell, because I knew eventually I might fall down that pit again and everything I'd have would be gone. So, here I was, our 20th anniversary coming up. We'd been through hard times, things like this, and I knew things were tight. So I started skimping money away. And it seemed as though every paycheck I was broke. I just could not understand it, but I was. But that's okay, because I started squandering a little money here, a little money there, slipping it into a case here, there. And pretty soon, I was able to afford, yes, believe it or not, another herringbone necklace. Now, the herringbone necklace that I got was, gentlemen, it was $1,500 at the time, okay? Now, the original herringbone necklace that I had sold was selling for about $3,000 at that time. I didn't have $3,000. I got a sweet deal at $1,500 on this herringbone necklace. So I was so proud when I got it. And I took that herringbone necklace and I put it in I had it put in a case, and I had it wrapped, and I had a little card with it for our 20th anniversary. And I had even saved like $100 to go out to Chili's to get dinner. And I was inviting all the kids, my adult kids that would come, my remaining kids that were in the house, the teenagers. Basically, so I had two of my daughters, my son there, my daughter's husband. And anyway, so we go out to dinner. The whole time she's fighting with me. She's angry. Why are we going out to dinner? What are you doing? What is this big deal? This is nothing. So what? So what happens is we do this, right? We go out to eat, and we're sitting in Chili's, and I had finally had enough. So I pulled out the box and I put it in front of her with the card. And she's like, "What is this?" And I said, "Well, it's our 20th anniversary, of course. That's why we're here. I got you something." And she just looked at it. She didn't even open it. Just looks at it. And she's like, "We can't afford anything." I said, "Look," I've been saving, and I got you something. And, I thought this would make her happy. I thought this would set things right. That I had sold the necklace and everything. Yes, it was with her permission. But I still at that time felt bad about it. Okay? Well, so I was trying to do the right thing. Well, let me tell you something. It didn't work, because she looked at it. She looked at the box. She looked at the wrap box. And finally, she just kept saying, "I don't want this. I don't want this." I said, "Just open it." So finally, I ripped it open. And I opened it, and I put it in front of her. I'll never forget the look on her face. It was disgust. Pure disgust. She looked at me and said, "What is that?" I said, "What is that?" I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "That's the herringbone necklace. I got you a real gold herringbone necklace." And she goes, "That's not like the one I had." She goes, "I don't want that." Gentlemen, the herringbone necklace I got was just not as wide as the other one. Again, I couldn't afford it. So I started to say, "Forget it. I'll take it back." Well, she grabbed it and she said, "Fine, I'll keep it. Whatever. I guess it's better than nothing." If you're running into problems like this with your woman, significant other, fiance, girlfriend, wife, whatever, stop now. Stop the train, because you don't want Rule 4 to come in to where I had worked up to this huge surprise. I mean, I had built up for months and months and months to get enough money to buy this thing, and she turns around and does this. Now for the rest of the story. Yeah, that's right. That was just the beginning. The rest of the story will blow your mind. Okay? She took this necklace that I gave her. Okay? And she took it home. She laid it on the nightstand and left it there. Left it there. She might have wore it once that day, and that was because the kids were pressuring her. She took it off. She never put it back on again. It laid on her nightstand for 6 months. Yeah, that's right. I said 6 months it laid on that nightstand. Finally, I just took it off the nightstand and put it over in my underwear drawer. Now, why did I do that? It was the closest drawer, first of all. But second of all, the reason why I did that, I wanted to see if she would even question where it went. If she would even go, hey, have you seen my necklace? Anything about the necklace. Do you know another 8 months passed? Not a word. Nothing. She never once questioned where that necklace went, where it was. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I asked her about it. One night, came home, and I was just, I don't know, I had had enough of this, give, and nothing ever being even gratitude, nothing. It broke all the time. I had no money. I didn't know what was going on. I was working all the time. It's not like I was out of work. So I'm trying to figure things out. Well, I come in and I ask her about it. I say, hey, where is that necklace that I gave you for our 20-year? Now, by this time, it's about our 21st, it's past our 21st. And I said, where's that necklace I gave you for our 20th anniversary? She goes, well, I don't know. I said, you don't know? She goes, no. Huh. So, I was so angry. I went out the next day, and I sold that necklace. I sure did. I got $50 whole for that necklace. $50 whole. That's what I got. So 1.5 years of my life of saving, scrimping, looking forward to something, shattered. So if you think that Rule 4 came out of nowhere, it didn't. Rule 4 came out of a place of pain, of hurt, of just pure and fed up. Gentlemen, don't get to where I was. Don't make this a rule in your life. Don't make it a rule to where you turn around and you do all this special stuff and they don't appreciate it at all. If they're not appreciating the little stuff now, don't do the big stuff. Don't even go there. You need to turn that ship around now. You need to sit them down. You need to talk to them. You need to work it out now. You need to figure out what the problems are and work them out. Because I'm telling you, it's not going to get better. It's not. It only gets worse. And the worst thing is the items will get bigger. Your pocketbook will get thinner. And you'll still wind up with the same results. Nothing. I'm telling you now, okay? I'm telling you. Gentlemen, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go down that road. Because the surprise rule, the no surprise rule, sucks. Because then you can't do anything. Your hands are tied. And you're bitter. And you don't care anymore. And that is one place you don't want to live, in Bitterland, okay? We'll just call it that. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to live there. God doesn't want you there. I don't want you there because I was there. I'm not there anymore, but I was there for a long time. And that's a bad place to be. So if you see any of these warning signs in your relationship, you need to take care of it. You need to step up. Be that man in that relationship and step up and have a talk and find out exactly where that's going and find out exactly what's going on, because you do not want this rule in your relationship.